Welcome to EMV Live, a guide to EMV on the forecourt, brought to you by Petroleum Solutions, Inc. This guide will walk through the steps to getting your Gilbarco forecourt dispensers ready to process chip card transactions. The outdoor payment terminal liability shift comes in October 2020. This means that all forecourt equipment must be able to process EMV chip card transactions. Most merchants should already be processing chip card transactions at their inside point-of-sale systems. After this October 2020 date, if a merchant has not made the effort to upgrade their equipment, then they may be held liable for any fraudulent transaction that occurs at their store. If your location has existing Gilbarco dispensers, then you're already on the right track. This includes existing 700S dispensers or earlier models such as the Encore 300 or 500. These dispensers can be upgraded, but there are three key components to consider. First, depending on the model, a hardware upgrade may be needed. That would require retrofitting the dispenser with a new card reader or FlexPay4Print. Second is a software upgrade, which will be required for all dispensers. Third is a new zone router. All three of these components are required to process EMV chip cards at the dispenser. Here are some factors for getting an accurate quote. Your backroom equipment will vary depending on when your dispensers were installed, so PSI needs to know the model of your backroom communications module and whether or not there is an applause server. Because EMV transactions require 10 times more data transfer, we will need to verify your method of communications wiring. Do you have twisted pair, non-twisted wiring, or Cat5? Do you know if they are in a dedicated or shared conduit? What other components do your dispensers have? Do they have the latest card reader? How about a contactless module? And finally, what model POS system is installed? All of these items will affect your installation process. Here's an idea of what to expect when your EMV installation is performed. A software upgrade will need to take place for all dispenser components, including the FlexPay control boards, universal payment modules, and pump control nodes. Once that takes place, then all IP addresses will need to be changed. Your POS system will be updated and a zone router installed. Finally, all components must be tested to verify communication. This process can take up to 3 hours per dispenser. If your path involves new Encore 700S dispensers with the FlexPay4Print, then you will only need a software upgrade and a zone router. PSI recommends replacing dispensers that are over 8 years old. If you have new dispensers, there are still some questions to be answered before we can provide you with an accurate quote. Will you have twisted pair wiring, non-twisted pair, or Cat5? Will they be in a dedicated or shared conduit? Twisted pair wiring is the recommended choice if building a new site. Keep in mind that Cat5 is limited to 280-foot distance and sometimes can be more costly. And of course, your POS model matters. All of this will affect your installation process. For new dispensers, your installation process will be similar to existing dispensers, with the exception of either removing and/or installing new equipment. A software upgrade will still need to take place for all dispenser components. Once that takes place, then all IP addresses will need to be changed. Your POS system will be updated and a zone router installed. And finally, all components must be tested to verify communication. Depending on store size, this process can take up to 6 hours per dispenser. Your POS system make and model will play a big role in getting your site EMV live. Knowing the current version of software is important, as you'll need to be on an outside EMV compliant version to process chip cards at the dispenser. Which network are you currently processing with? Some networks have dispenser software available already, while others are yet to be released. A zone router will be required for both existing and new site applications. This piece of hardware provides the environment that sites require to allow for a faster and secure connection. The zone router is required in order for your POS system to process EMV chip card transactions at the dispenser. If you haven't had a site survey done yet, then you're already behind. PSI will send a technician to your site to obtain a detailed assessment of your current equipment, including your software and communications environment. A typical site survey can take a few hours, but is dependent on the size of your facility. So why should you get a site survey? Not sure about your current equipment models? How about your software versions? Are you planning a large-scale EMV deployment? A site survey can help save time and money by preventing incorrect equipment ordering and unnecessary return trips. The survey will help determine your pathway to going EMV live at the forecourt. If you're ready to go EMV live at your forecourt, here are the current projected dates for dispenser software releases. First Data and HPSD, including Philips 66 and Citgo, are already available. Shell, NBS, and Chevron will be released in the second quarter of 2018, WorldPay in the third quarter of 2018, and HBSC and BP are scheduled to be released in the fourth quarter of 2018. This concludes our presentation on EMV Live at the forecourt. To view additional information, schedule your EMV upgrade or site survey, contact your local PSI representative, or visit us online at petsolinc.com.